Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Thompson of drlisamthompson.com, and I have a question for you. Are you struggling with trying to identify what your true potential is? Well, pay close attention because in this video I'm going to share with you some guiding questions I learned from Grant Cardone that can help you unleash your potential, that can propel you into success that you never thought was possible. Now, if you haven't done so already, I strongly suggest you pick up and read his book, Be Obsessed or Be Average. I just finished it today. It is quite possibly, and I've read most of his books, this is the best book that he's written. And it really dives into mindset, especially talking about being obsessed with your goals in a healthy way. And it's the way that the most successful people, the influencers, the movers and shakers, the people who change the world, this is how they think and operate. And in the last chapter of the book, Grant really talks about really focusing your obsessions, and they're going to change, okay? He calls his dreams his obsessions. But your goals and your vision that you have for your life, it's going to change as you grow, as you become more. And so here is something that Grant really says in this book, where before I share with you the questions, I want to share with you two big takeaways that I had from the book, where he said, where you want to clarify your vision, okay, and to make sure you're on the right path, there are two things you need to look for, okay? Two things. Number one, it needs to improve the outcome of not only your life but others' lives. And number two, it is to help you reveal more of your true potential. And that's where most people, and this is where Grant says number two, with unveiling your potential, that's where most people fall. You know, they'll sit and they'll achieve a level of success, but then they get complacent and then they coast, and then they wind up going back down to being average. We don't want to do that. We want to keep moving and becoming more. So how do we unleash this true potential? How do we know what our true potential is? So Grant listed a series of questions, and I found them very thought-provoking, and this can help you as well. So here are some of the questions. I'm just going to read them directly from the book because he puts it better than I do. He frames the question much better than I do. So here we go. First one. Who am I doing this for? Okay. When you have a vision, who are you doing it for? How many will benefit from my vision? How many will benefit from my vision? What's going to keep me fueled to do more, to keep striving to do more and be more for the people that I serve? What, if anything, were possible? We're throwing away all doubt. We're just going in and just being creative. Imagine the possibilities. When I accomplish this, what's next? Now, this is really, really powerful because I remember when I was going for my doctorate degree, I spent 7 years working on that, striving for that, pouring my whole heart, soul, and energy into it. And then all of a sudden, once I reached that goal, I had a big letdown. And it's like, is this all there is? I didn't have anything of looking beyond what's the next step. And I had a little bit of a depression with that. So making sure that you're always looking ahead as you know you're getting closer to that next goal. What's the next thing you want to do? What am I doing that is not purpose-driven? Okay, you got to be looking and seeing, is there anything as far as, things that are taking away your time from doing what you need to be doing? What else am I capable of doing that I haven't done? What have I always wanted to do that I've forgotten about? Have there ever been any childhood dreams, or maybe dreams you had when you were in high school or college, or maybe some dreams you had with your spouse when you first got married before the kids came and getting settled in with your house and job? Are those around me on the same page? Do I have people around who know what my vision is and are supportive of me? Who's encouraging me to lead a life of purpose? Who is a good role model for what I am attempting to do? Who around me is not living a life of purpose? What can I do to help others achieve their purpose? Great, powerful questions to be looking at. And this is something that I have learned what what Grant does and what a lot of the other most successful people do is they spend time in the morning and in the evening reviewing their goals, reviewing their vision. They are looking at how can we expand more? How can we do more? Okay, and what Grant does, Grant takes it a step further, is he goes at least a couple times a year. He gets together with his wife Elena and some of his top people within his companies, and they sit down and they look at, are the goals that they're setting matching the potential? Okay, because that opens up the creativity, it opens up the imagination, and it makes them think and do things and be more innovative with what they're doing. Now, some of you who are watching this are probably going, I'm just getting started. I am nowhere near where Grant Cardone is. Don't worry about that. Don't compare yourself to Grant Cardone. Grant's been doing this for 30 years. If you're just getting started, think about where do you want to be a year from now? You know, where do you want to be at the end of this year? And focus on developing those visions. Because here's the thing you want to take away from this as well, is as you're setting your goals and your vision, you want to take a person as far as they can see. And when you get there, you can see further. And that's a quote from Zig Ziglar, one of my favorite quotes from him. So as you're going through, excuse me, and you're developing your vision, you're developing your potential, it's going to change and it's going to evolve. And you need to work every day on crafting that vision. Because as you make these intentions, as you're wanting to achieve your potential, roadblocks and challenges are going to come in your way. It's inevitable. Things are going to happen. Life's going to throw you a curve. You know, you're not going to always get the support of your family and friends. You're going to have people in your team leave. You're not going to have people, you might go weeks and maybe months not making a sale and hearing a lot of no's along the way. And you need to be focused on what that, fulfilling your potential as well as looking at your dream, your vision. You need to be going in there every day, nurturing and cultivating that vision. I've been doing that for the last 30 days, and I'm telling you, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I do is I spend the first 15 to 30 minutes working on my vision, meditating. I'm thinking about where I want to be as far as a specific dollar amount. I'm looking at how that would feel to achieve that. Then I'm also looking at what are the limiting beliefs that are coming up that are holding me back. And I'm learning to reframe those limiting beliefs, hitting them on the head. And I'm also looking at what do the most successful people who have what I am aspiring for, what do they do to achieve that? And I'm constantly thinking about that. It's the first thing I do in the morning. I've started doing that when I go to bed at night because I'm programming my mind. Your mind is like a garden, and you need to take care of it. You need to take that dream and you need to cultivate it. You need to water it. You need to fertilize it. Thinking about it. And then when you know those limiting beliefs, they're the weeds. You got to sit there and keep pulling those weeds out. Get them up at the root. And that's why working on this daily fundamental is going to help you. And once I am done doing that type of visualization exercise, then I read. I read for about 15 to 20 minutes, and I read from a book. I mean, it took me a week to finish Grant Cardone's Be Obsessed or Be Average. And I'm telling you, when you do that and you're priming your brain in the morning with that, you are setting the day that when you have challenges coming up that are going to interfere with your potential, you know how to pivot and you start thinking, I'll figure it out. And you become more committed than ever. So there you have it, my friends. I hope you got value today from this video. If you did, leave a comment and share. If you haven't done so, I want you to read the book, Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. It is available on Amazon. You can get it in hardcover, you can get it in the Kindle edition, and it's also available on Audible. And the Audible one is really cool too because Grant actually narrates in that book. So if you want to pick up your copy, I left a link to Amazon right below in the video description, so you can click on that and go check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.